Hey there, it's Alex, and today I'm scratching together a Griffin design for this mini-series, episode 1 of Mythical Monsters in March. The design challenge prompts are from David, from his Creature Codex Discord server that I'm a part of. I joined it back in January for his January Creature Design class. Initially, I didn't start with planning to make this into a mini-series on the channel, so for this week, it's technically week 2 since it's Griffin. Week 1 was Basilisk, but that one I already recorded as a test footage for my new computer system that I was building. So if you want, you can check that out. I'll have that linked below, but this is just the main episode because I'll be explaining and elaborating on my designs and ideas. Anyways, here we're starting to refine our sketch. I didn't end up recording the sketching process to save on recording time, and so the video wouldn't be longer than it needed to be. So we're jumping straight into the line art pass. This is my first time doing line art for feathers, so I might have gotten a little carried away with the details, which worked out great for the face and head, but didn't really work out so well for the wings. I think they turned out okay, but they're still very rough. There is much I need to learn and study about feathers and wings to understand them, and to learn how to define them correctly, without drawing every single feather. That did end up being the biggest critique I received on my work from my fellow Creature Codexians in the Discord. Lastly, I just had the big cat part of the Griffin to work on, along with his feathery tail. I've never really drawn big cats before, so this is probably one of the closest designs I've gotten, seeing that it's half a cat. So that was kind of fun to work on and very interesting. I plan to study more cats in the future. Next, we move on to laying out the color map. For this part of the process, I took heavy inspiration from the Ornate Hawk Eagle. I felt his colors were stunning and would lend the best to our already unique Griffin. Alright, before you point it out, yes, I know his head is a little big. That's intentional. He's supposed to be a juvenile Griffin, still in the flight training program. As we continue painting and rendering, I'm going to time-lapse through this part. It's still a part of the process that I'm not quite comfortable with. I'm still experimenting a ton and trying to figure out how I learn how to paint. So I don't have great commentary to provide, seeing that I am still learning. Anyways, enjoy the time-lapse and we'll let it roll. here, we're adding in some highlight shading and mapping out some of those feather markings. These birds have some truly incredible colors to them, and I really enjoyed how I was able to add in some snow leopard aspects to him to blend his coat colors together. By far, this has been one of my favorite drawings to work on, and I really reached outside of my comfort zone on creating him. I've never drawn really birds before, so this was totally new for me. Next episode, we're tackling Gargoyle, and I think I've got a pretty cool idea for this one. I'm planning to play around with some dynamic lighting and try and dive more into that aspect. That was the one aspect of this drawing that was rather lacking, was kind of defining the light source more, because I gave him simple shadows, but didn't really hint towards any dynamic lighting or any of that sort. So that'll be my next project for the next video. But for now, that pretty much concludes the piece. It roughly took 15 hours to create, which in turn translates to about a week of drawing. So with that said, enjoy the rest of the time lapse, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.